What is going on, you guys? And welcome back to another video. And this is a video that I kind of expected to make because ever since yesterday and the day before that, it is happening that my sister has booked a holiday in Cornwall in November this year. And and the caravan that she booked was the only one available. So I'm going to talk to you guys about it on why I'm not that much excited for the holiday. Why am I not excited about it overall? And to begin, I just feel like it's not going to go on for like a week. Although it is booked that we stay there for like a week. But I just feel like it's going to be quite a short holiday. Like maybe staying there for like 4 days or five, whichever. So, yes, the other day, my sister had booked a holiday to go to Cornwall. And it's going to have me, her, and my parents, apart from Josh. And do you know why Josh is not coming with us? Because he's going to be away that time. Because, of course, as I said before, he is in the army. Well, yes, my sister's husband is Josh, by the way. So my sister's husband is going to be away, like I said, for I don't know how long. Like maybe a week, or I can't remember, to be honest with you. I really can't remember at this point. So yes, we're all going to be in the same caravan, and all the dogs are going to be with us as well. And I will tell you this, it might be a bad holiday for me. And to be honest with you, I don't mind my sister coming with me on holiday, or us on holiday. But the one problem is, we're all going to be in the same caravan. And the second problem is, I'm going to be in the same bedroom with my sister and her dog, Teddy. And why is that a problem? We're sharing the same bedroom with my sister. Well, obviously, my sister might randomly wake me up for no apparent reason, like what she's done before. And worst of all, getting her dog Teddy to jump on me just to wake me up out of nowhere. And even I'm sleeping in the same bedroom with my sister, so if I snore, all of a sudden, my sister will just tell me to shut up, and then I will just wake up and be like, what is going on? I'm trying to go to sleep. I could imagine that she would just do that. Like, give me trouble sleeping. And to be honest with you, I do have trouble sleeping when I'm not by myself in a room. Especially when I have dogs. And the reason why I sometimes have problems sleeping when I have dogs in the room is they might cause a disturbance or something, and they just might bark randomly. And I know that would happen to everyone's dog, but to me, that would just, like, I don't know how you can say it. Let's just say I will be extremely pissed. Because if I ever have dogs, like my dog's barking for no apparent reason, or my sister or whoever making noises, I wouldn't want to do this, but they would leave me no choice. I would just have to wake up and shout, shut up. Because I've done that with my dogs. Like, they were downstairs barking, and I was trying to sleep, and I just told them to shut up. And then after that, they would be quiet and feel very speechless. And it's not like I'm trying to scare them and all, but if someone is trying to sleep, you have to respect that. You need to let them sleep. Because people like me are trying to get good sleep. Because if anyone is going to wake me up, like somewhere in the morning, and I'm trying to sleep until 12, I might be feeling tired. Like, I have this feeling on this holiday, I'm going to be extremely exhausted on this whole holiday because I might get bad sleep with someone sleeping in the same room as me, including the dogs, or even like what I mean, like people around making noises. Well, usually when I'm on holiday, like with my parents and the 3 dogs, I sleep in the room by myself, and it's usually fine for me. The beds are quite comfortable, but like usually I don't get waken up quite earlier, and I don't even have trouble sleeping on my own in the same room, even if I have my parents and the dogs in the same caravan as me. And another problem with my sister being in the same caravan as us is, I have mentioned this before, like I said in my previous videos, she might push me, pressure me, be lazy, make me do things that I don't have to do. Well, pretty much pressure, but it's actually the same thing. She'll probably treat me like a child. And this is the reason why I've got a tattoo on my arm. And this is why I've got some facial hair on me. That is to prove that I'm not a goddamn child. If my sister or my parents are going to treat me like a child, they're just blind. People like that are absolutely blind, and they need to go to Specsavers. And I have this feeling that my sister is going to do something to me, and my parents being okay with that. And it's so hypocritical when I have to do something to my sister, my parents are not okay with me doing things like that. So say for example, I accidentally bumped into my sister. The next thing she will do is just slap me in the arm, and my parents would be okay with that. But if my sister was to bump into me, oh yeah, actually no, before I say that, if I bumped into my sister accidentally, yeah, my sister would think I did it on purpose, even though I didn't. But yeah, anyway, back to that subject. So, if my sister had bumped into me on purpose, then I would have to slap her. And my parents would not be okay with that. And they would think that my sister does things on accident towards me, and I do things to her on purpose. Like, that is just hypocritical. And it's so unfair that I get blamed for the shit that I never do. It's like my parents believe my sister more than me. That is just so unfair, if you ask me. Which is precisely why I have problems with having autism. Even if you had autism, people would still treat you like a child because they just don't give a fuck that you're an adult. And when you're trying to act like an adult, like I am, they're still going to do it, regardless. And I know people are trying to help me, and that's brilliant. That's something I do like from people. Even if they're trying not to treat me like a child or not and all. Like, you still shouldn't have to treat someone like a child. Like, it's brilliant that you're trying to help them and all. But just don't treat them like a child, because all you're doing is making them look bad and a fool for it. Just like how I've been looking like a fool. Alright, back to the subject of this holiday. And as I've said before, I don't mind my sister going on holiday with us. But if she wants to be on holiday with us, here's one thing that she needs to do, is stay the fuck out of my way. That's something that she should do most of the time. I wouldn't mind going out with her for a day or so, like going out for lunch or that. I wouldn't mind that. But I do not want my sister pushing me and pressuring me to do those things that I don't have to do in life. People like her need to learn that I've got a life. And I hope that this holiday in November will not be the worst as last year's, because we can't ignore the fact that September 2024's holiday, well, my holiday, was worse. But let's just hope the same thing does not happen on my November 2025 holiday. So I do still think this holiday is probably going to suck. But as I said, I just hope it would not be the worst. And if my sister was to sleep in the same bedroom as me, thinking that I'm her boyfriend when I'm not in reality, like, she should probably be better sleeping in the lounge with Teddy. And I know she'll probably be like,
oh, but the sofa is so uncomfortable.
Well, guess what, Laura? You're just going to have to put up with it. And to be honest with you, I do still find it ridiculous when it's just me, my parents, and my sister being in the same caravan, despite the fact that we are all adults. Because I can just imagine right now my mum and her brothers, including her father, in the same caravan. Could you imagine if that ever happened? Like, that would be ridiculous, because if I saw that happen, I would be laughing my head off right now. You can see on my face that I'm smiling because of that. But yes, I would find this holiday quite ridiculous with all of us in the same caravan. But before I end this video, I do have another holiday coming up next month in October. And that would be, I'm away in Yorkshire. So I think that one will be better than my November holiday. Because, well, the reason for that is, it'll be me, my parents, and the 3 dogs. And thankfully, and thank God my sister is not coming with us on that holiday. Because if so, that would be another holiday ruined. And it also reminds me, I think, well, correct me if I'm wrong, I think this was like 5 years, actually I'd say that it was 5 years ago. Yeah, this was like 5 years ago when we went to another like site in Yorkshire where it was just me, my parents, my sister, and her ex-boyfriend, Matt Beaumont. That holiday, that time like 5 years ago, I do think that was, let's just say, not the best or worst. It could have been worse, but let's just say it was not the best of all. So just like my November 2025 holiday won't be the best overall. But anyways, that's going to be it for today's video. So I hope you've enjoyed this video. A like is always appreciated. Subscribe to the channel if you're new, and don't forget to turn on the notifications so you will not miss another video. And I'll see you guys next time. Have a great day and night to you all. Peace out. Underwater.